All summer long, we bounce around to different community centers, over BNBL games.
Just a talented group of guys that we've seen a couple of these teams throughout the season.
Wiggins with the one-handed block.
Wait for that one.
To win it, Mercer gets it to go. 3 seconds left.
That might get the showstoppers going.
Ball to the rim. What a play! Great ball.
Well played. Both teams really deserve to be in a championship game.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Madison Park Community Center in Roxbury as we open up our coverage of the 2017 Boston Neighborhood Basketball season. Tonight, we're in the boys 13 and under division as the Shelburne takes on Porterhouse. Hello, everybody. I'm Pat Flaherty, joined by my partner, as always, Alan Platt. Alan, we kick off the BNBL season. Another year here in Summer League basketball. Always a lot of fun. Always helter-skelter. Kids are on vacation, playing AAU, got jobs. So it's always a little bit hectic, but still always a good time here in BNBL.
And we picked the hottest night of the year to
That's
start
right.
out, right? Yeah.
That's right. We're
Well,
still
like
waiting for the AC to come on here at Madison Park.
But like you said, it is a lot of fun. These kids are excited. Matter of fact, tonight's matchup's interesting. One team, Porterhouse, is 2-0. Meanwhile, the Shelburne, who's had some trouble getting their team together, just like you mentioned, kids are away, camp, whatever, they're 0-2. But spirits there, beginning of the BNBL season, everybody's looking forward to trying to have a good summer, and of course in August, the big championship, which just culminates everything.
That's right. Now, we look at the 13 and under guys, you don't necessarily think, oh, these guys are players that we're going to see later on, but we have seen guys in this 13 and under division go on to very successful high school careers. One guy is Jordan Galloway. We're going to look at, he's our spotlight player tonight. He's obviously not playing in this game, but Jordan,
remember,
as
like
a 13-year-old, was very good at BNBL.
As a 13-year-old, excellent, went to the BNBL championship. And, of course, we saw him at Brighton, had a very good career at Brighton High School. Turned into the excellent point guard and a scorer as he became a junior and a senior. So here he is in Brighton.
That's at the state championship.
State championship game, right.
Yeah, Brighton just won the Division II state championship here in 2017. So Jordan, after having a very good BNBL season as a 13-year-old, has continued it on the high school court. He had 19 points and 4 boards in the BNBL championship back in 2012 as a 13-year-old. 16 points and 4 steals in the state championship. So
all-around player.
Very good player.
It's interesting because, like you said, as a youngster, he was more of a distributor, more of a point guard. But as he grew a couple years later, by his senior season, he was definitely a complete guard, and one of these kids, a few of these kids who we'll see tonight, will follow that same path.
That's right. We'll see if the next Jordan Galloway is here at the Madison Park Community Center. Now, for more on this game, we're going to go to our sideline reporter, Donovan Burton, who has an update for us. Donovan, what do you have?
Thanks, guys. And I got to speak to both coaches just before the game start, and it's Summer League here, and we're just 2 weeks in. So the big word of the night is fundamentals. One coach was mentioning that he wants his players to really take care of the basketball, focus on the bounce pass, and keep it simple out on the floor. Another coach was talking about just sharing the ball a lot on offense. So we're looking for a team that's gelling well for early in a summer league, and you got to remember these are young kids, so keeping it simple, protecting the basketball will yield good results in the end. So back to you guys in the booth.
Donovan, thanks so much. That's something we always hear, especially with the younger guys, is taking care of the basketball. Turnovers can often pile up for these young guys,
and also create a big deficit if they happen over and over again. So, but interesting. Both these coaches were excellent players themselves. Both Ricky Lambright for the Shelburne and Kareem Porter for Porterhouse. So they know what it's like. It wasn't that long ago that they were playing in these types of leagues. So I'm interested to see how this works out, even though we have an 0-2 team going against a 2-0 team.
Yeah, BNBL, you just never know because guys are all over the place throughout the summer. One thing I always like to see is these young kids on the big courts, too. This is one of the biggest high school courts in the city. It's a big gym. You got a big atmosphere. This is where the city championship is held, so you wonder if these young guys think about that as they play games.
Energy, right? A lot of water.
Yeah, exactly.
Use your timeouts and use your subs, and they'll be fine. But the excitement is what keeps that adrenaline going. Summertime, like you said, is a little more freewheeling, but as long as the kids stay the basics and learn some things as they get into the school seasons.
Another thing we often see at these BNBL games, too, is that a lot of high school coaches hang out at some of these games. Saw Hugh Coleman earlier. He was actually coaching the team.
Up here. Yeah,
that's right.
He's up here. He's going to stick around to watch this game here. So you're right. A lot goes on over the summer, even though basketball is considered a winter sport. Without
question. So it's the Shelburne taking on Porterhouse. We're just about set to go here at center court at Madison Park Community Center in Roxbury. Boys 13 and under division. As we said, always the young guys, always a lot of fun, always a lot of hustle out of these young guys. And, you know, these guys haven't really had the experience of playing on camera yet either. So this should be a lot of fun for
I'll tell you, one of the coaches, I think it was Ricky was saying, Lambright was saying, well, the one thing about this age that he really likes is you don't ever have to ask for effort. Effort's always there. It may lead to some mistakes, turnovers, whatever, but the effort is never lacking.
So we get the Porterhouse in the tan uniforms, Shelburne on the purple, and the Porterhouse controls the opening tap. And
foul going to the basket.
That's right.
Now, Kareem Porter's interesting. He also has his son playing on the team, number 9. We'll see him during the course of the game. But you're right, Ben. You talked about energy, you talked about effort, and this is a lot of fun for these kids. It's first point of the game, as you see. Christopher Norman makes 1 out of 2. But the size advantage gives an offensive rebound to Porterhouse.
3-point shot, top of the key, around the rim and out. Porterhouse with the offensive rebound.
We were just talking about Kareem Porter, the son, and they called for a push-off on the rebound.
The coach's son is usually always the aggressive one.
Yeah, right. Wants to try to get something done early.
Yeah, not afraid to make mistakes.
There you go. And doesn't look over to the sideline. See Shelburne. Like I said, they're 0-2, but Lambright told me before the game he likes their effort.
Porterhouse with the steal. And no good on the layup. Now we got a tie up underneath, and I believe that's going to go back to the Shelburne.
1-0 Porterhouse. They got the only free throw of the game. 2 15-minute halves, so plenty of time. And like you said, the length of the court and this sweltering heat tonight is going to give these kids an excellent workout.
Yeah, it's a pressure cooker gym right now. Porter straight to the bucket. He doesn't get the basket, but he'll head to the charity stripe.
Surprised it's such a nice drive to the basket. Looks like that's Chris Norman. But interesting that even those 13-year-olds, there's a decided height difference with Porterhouse with an advantage. There you see Kareem Porter, the coach. Kareem actually played college basketball at RCC as part of the national championship team some years ago.
Christopher Norman knocks down both free throws, so Porterhouse up 3-0 here early on in the first half. As you mentioned, Alan, 2 halves, running time. They have stoppage, I believe, either with 2 minutes or 1 minute to go in the half.
In the half, exactly.
Stoppage on fouls and out-of-bounds play.
There you see Shelburne in purple being very deliberate with the half court. It's going to be an aggressive foul. Going for a steal for Porterhouse. That's A.J. Bailey. Shelburne gets to get a shot off. Early going. Watley trying to go baseline and has the ball knocked away and stolen. Another steal by Porterhouse. Norman again.
Very aggressive goes around. Yeah, he gets that one to go. So he's got 4 quick points, and now it's a 5-0 lead for Porterhouse.
You talked about aggressive, and that's what we've seen Norman, the early going, goes hard to the basket. Another steal by Porterhouse. It's going to be a blocking foul. Not a bad play, actually, to stop what could have been a fast break. Big difference you see in the early going here is that ball handling is difficult for Shelburne. We're seeing Porterhouse trap every play. Got the basket, no good. Back comes Shelburne. Still looking for their first shot and their first points.
These young guys, that first bucket's always the toughest sometimes. Good cut for Shelburne, but the pass a little behind him. Here comes A.J. Bailey down the other end.
Oh,
scores
nice
off
finish.
the window.
Wow. That's some good defensive pressure by Watley trying to defend, but like you said, good spin off the window just like that, 7-0. Ricky Lambright's going to take a timeout to try to settle his guys down. We're seeing the Porterhouse team in the Bays. They're trapping in the half court. They've already gotten 4 steals, turned it into their 7 points. Watch this finish by Norman as he banks it off the backboard. Yeah, I think Lambright's going to have to figure out some passing for his team to work their way through this trapping defense of Porterhouse. Like we said earlier, Porterhouse is 2-0 coming in, while Shelburne looking for their first win of the summer. It's a 2-3 zone, but looks like Shelburne's having a tough time recognizing how to attack it.
A lot of people think when you attack a zone defense, it's all about shooting, but there's sort of ways and spots to be offensively.
Definitely.
To attack the zone.
Oh yeah, if you had a good point guard, you just want to penetrate at least to the foul line, like you said, have your shooters spot up in their range, but Shelburne just has not been able to figure out where the gaps are. That's going to be a first turnover for Porterhouse, actually, unforced turnover.
Still a 7-0 lead for Porterhouse with 5 minutes gone by here in the first half. Shelburne still looking for their first basket.
Yeah. Like you said, Pat, the first one was tough coming, especially for young guys. Emotionally, it's difficult. It's a long 3. That's no good.
Good fight for the offensive rebound down low by the Shelburne. That's John Dale Smith Young, but that tie-up is going to go back to Porterhouse. Nice cut to the inside. A.J. Bailey again with the basket. Nice cut by Bailey.
Okay, you talked earlier about how there's not much practice time for BNBL teams, but what we've seen so far, some set plays from Porterhouse, you can definitely see why they're 2-0 in the early going.
Good offensive rebound. Put
job.
back no good, but Shelburne will be shooting free throws.
Good job of Noah Slayton on the offensive rebound.
Lamori Slayton.
Okay, they could actually really take a deep breath if he can make both of these free throws,
yeah.
or even one.
Even one.
Just get on the board.
No good on the first. Substitution for the Porterhouse as Christopher Norman heads to the bench. Dante Santiago in for the tan jerseys. As Slayton will have one more free throw. Slayton no good on the second. Bailey again with the rebound. Anthony Bailey tried to squeeze that pass in.
Good idea, but just couldn't quite get there. Yeah, I like the way these kids look for each other, even at a young age.
Yeah, both teams seem to share the basketball pretty willingly, at least so far here in the first half. Good job by Jason Edmonds. He was trapped in the corner, threw it off the defender.
Yeah,
that'll stay with the Shelburne.
Yeah, Shelburne and Purple, they're just having a difficult time with their spacing. They're not moving to open spots. But it could all change once they make the first hoop. I mean, they get a little confidence. They're all a little more nervous than Porterhouse, definitely.
Three-pointer lined up and good that time for number 4.
Watley,
Avery Worth.
Yeah. Makes a big difference. 9-3 now. Now, see the kid now. It's funny. Look at all defensive stance now.
Oh, yeah. Now they're all
in the
fired
game.
up, right?
Sometimes it just takes that first hoop.
Anthony Bailey again on the drive. Dipsy due for
Nice
2.
play. Wow.
He's
That's
had
what I was
3
talking
great
about.
baskets.
Yeah. Whereas when you have a good ball handler who can penetrate past the foul line, it makes a lot of things happen. Watley get another one. They're going to be watching him now. Offensively, a 3-second violation is, I think Shelburne kid underneath was waiting for Watley to jack another 3, try to get an offensive rebound.
Three-pointer this time from Porterhouse, no good.
See if Shelburne can get their second hoop.
From the elbow, that one short for the Shelburne. Gets knocked out of bounds, back to the Porterhouse.
Yeah, Shelburne's just, I think they're a little nervous and they don't realize that either 1 or 2 extra passes could probably free up a shooter. And Watley made that 3 right in front of us. That's exactly what they did. They swung the ball from side to side and he saw that he was open. You're right, Pat. A.J. Bailey's sort of controlling the game at this point.
Good swing on the basketball for Porterhouse as Cerullo is off the back iron. That'll go out of bounds back to the Shelburne. I'm sorry, that'll stay with Porterhouse. My
Porterhouse
apologies.
going to keep it. Wow. 11-3. Porterhouse and Bays ahead. Approaching 5 minutes to go in the first half.
Good offensive rebound underneath, and the basket's no good, but heading to the free throw line is Kendrick Davila Davis.
Say that 3 times, huh?
I'm not going to try right now.
That's what I was saying. I was talking about the size difference, and Davila Davis is definitely the tallest player out there, and he moves well on the baseline.
And Davila Davis knocks down the first free throw.
Usually BNBL tries to have each team have 2 games a week. And everything culminates with the playoffs, which is really like it's so quick. And then we have the fortune of being able to cover the championship games.
That's
for
right.
Boys and girls. A lot of fun. 2 days.
2-day fiasco over at the Reggie Lewis Center.
3 games each day, or each evening actually.
Always crazy, but always a lot of fun there at the Reggie late in August.
You never know when you're going to get good games.
That's right. Cerullo no good off the backboard, but the rebound comes out to Porterhouse.
Wow.
3 is good from Davila Davis. So Kendrick Davila Davis, probably the tallest guy on the court, knocking down the 3.
He's shown he has some range.
So many bigs now want to be stretch bigs.
Well, you watch
3s.
3 no good. Yeah, we're seeing a frustrated Shelburne team having a difficult time even getting into open shots. The one 3-pointer they had from Watley, he was open and didn't hesitate. That's how he was able to get it off. But other than that, not much happening in the half-court offense for Shelburne and Purple.
3-pointer
right there. Wow, that's the sun.
Nothing but nylon. I'm sorry, that's Christopher Norman.
That's Norman, sorry, yeah. 18-3 now is. We're seeing the Porterhouse stretch this out.
Okay, so the Shelburne knocked down the first 3, and the Porterhouse said, anything you can do, I can do better.
Right,
And knocked
that's
down
what it
a
comes
couple
down to, right. They've come down and shot a few in a row.
Long 2 on the way from Worth. He's no good. Offensive rebound. That basket no good. Coming back down the other end is Santiago. Good swing to Villa Davis for 3 again. This time he's way off. Santiago with the save. Right underneath. Layup no good. Putback is good from Davila Davis.
That's what I was saying. Davila Davis, even though he shot that air ball in the 3, he knew enough to get that height of his inside. 20-3 as we're under 2 minutes to go in the first half. Shelburne, they've got to put a couple of shooters on the wings. Good quickness for Porterhouse going hard. The basket, no good.
Yeah, Mendez trying to take it all the way in, but couldn't finish. Here comes Worth now with the Shelburne trying to go coast to coast. That went off of Worth. What a block there from Norman.
Good defensive play. Good effort by Worth. He was trying to make something happen, go aggressively, but see the help defense for Porterhouse. And watch, the defender comes from the opposite side. Norman knocks it off, and then went off Worth's hands. Right.
Rulo with the three around the rim and out.
Is this a 13-year-old version of Golden State Warriors offense?
Yeah, everybody's getting a touch, too.
Good job. Nice steal by Shelburne. Stolen right back.
Here comes Norman. Lost it on the way up. But it's put back up and in for Porterhouse, that time by Kareem Porter.
I like the way that Porterhouse takes advantage of their height and their aggressiveness by getting second and third chances.
35 seconds left to go here in the first half. Porterhouse with an 18, they make that a 19-point lead over the Shelburne. And almost another steal for the Porterhouse as Cliff Mendez got to take that one coast to coast. It's Coach Lambright trying to figure out a good combination.
Their offense has just been smothered.
Short jumper, no good. That time from John Cisse. And here comes Norman. Cerullo off the up fake. And that is going to stay with the Porterhouse here with 13.8 seconds left to go in the half. Substitution for the Shelburne. Around the rim and out, no good. Block inside that time from Worth. Here comes Shelburne. See if they get a basket before the end of the half on the drive. Another block from Norman. Cerullo with his best effort at a half-court shot.
Oh, I'll tell you, he knew what he was doing. He knew the clock was winding down, so hey, throw it up.
So at the half here, it's Porterhouse 22, Shelburne 3, here to open up the first half here at the Madison Park Community Center. And you saw there in the first half, Porterhouse just has a lot more guys that seem to be confident going to the basket, handle the ball a little bit better, and are also confident shooting.
Oh, definitely. Well, you picked it up from the first minute. You saw aggressive to the hoop, like you said, offensive rebounding, and they made some three-point shots. So Porterhouse has it all going. You can see why they're 2-0 here in the early going of the season. And Shelburne's just got to figure out some way to avoid all those turnovers. We talked about it in the open. The turnovers at this level, at this age, usually pile up and snowball against you. That's exactly what's happening to Shelburne. That's why they're down by 19 points.
Yeah, it seems like the shots are coming a little bit easier for Porterhouse. They're getting more open looks than Shelburne.
Yeah, right. I mean, they share the ball well, and it's almost like head coach Kareem Porter gives them the green light. As long as you're open and in your range, take the shot. And we're seeing that kind of confidence. And the other thing it does, it allows the big fellas inside for Porterhouse, who has a height advantage, get some offensive rebounds, either put it right back or kick it back out and start their offense over.
That's right. And the Shelburne also seems to be getting beat up on the boards a little bit.
Yeah.
They're also smaller than the Porterhouse.
Much smaller.
That's when you got to box out a little bit.
Well, the thing is, I get the feeling that some of the better players are not here tonight. And, again, that's one of the, I guess,
the ebbs and flows of BNBL.
Yeah. You know, more than likely, like you said, it could be a travel team. It could be a basketball camp. So if they're the better players, once they get back, then Shelburne could be more balanced. Without
question. We'll see if things change in the second half. Folks, we're going to take a break. When we come back with the second half here on Game of the Week right after these words. Don't go away.
Red hat. Oops. red shirt, blue shirt, yellow shirt. Oops. Yellow pants, red pants, green pants. Oops.
Welcome back to the Madison Park Community Center in Roxbury for our coverage of the Boston Neighborhood Basketball League here in the summer of 2017. This is our first week of coverage, actually second week of the BNBL, and right now Porterhouse up by 19 against Shelburne here in the boys 13 and under division. Shelburne going to start off with the basketball here in the second half. We'll see if they can get maybe a quick run here to start off the half, get them back in this.
I guess something going on offense.
The runner off the back
that's
iron.
one of the good shots they've had, though. I mean, they created some opening and the runner just rimmed off.
Yeah, that was Jason Edmonds with a good drive, just couldn't finish. Vila Davis for three again, that time off the side rim. Good rebound by the big fella, gets it poked away. Porter now back over to Bailey, who lines up a three, no good.
Hustle, even with a 19-point lead, the Porterhouse kids are going after every loose ball. Might be a blocking foul.
Bailey again forcing the action.
See, for Shelburne, John Sisse, number 12, didn't start the game. He's the biggest player on Shelburne. And you can just watch him moving around. He has the will, the effort, but looks like he's an inexperienced player. And but the best thing to do is to be out there as many minutes as possible. Get the experience by playing.
Yeah, this is the league to do that too.
Oh, definitely. Doesn't feel so good right now being down 19, but you can learn.
Bailey tries to feed it inside, stolen away by Edmonds. Here comes Edmonds all the way back down the other end. Good offensive rebound, put back no good.
Yeah, that was good effort, you're right.
And that's Hondell Smith-Young again. He's going to go to the charity stripe.
One of the few steals by Shelburne did turn into a good opportunity. But again, flying back defensively, Vila Davis went up to challenge the shot. So we saw Smith-Young, and Shelburne's really just having a tough time everywhere. The challenge was on the play, and now they're 0 for 4.
Sisse with the offensive rebound. Smith-Young couldn't squeeze it home. Vila Davis pulls it down for Porterhouse. Davis all the way to the rim. He gets fouled by Sisse.
Yeah, give Sisse credit for that hustle. It looked like the Vila Davis was going to just run away from him, but instead Sisse stayed with him. Foul from behind. You can see the faces of Shelburne. I mean, it's just tough. They got one basket in the entire game. They had those facial expressions as if, well, when's the next hoop coming? When are we going to score again? They missed all 4 of their free throws.
Edmonds started off the half with that nice drive, but it just didn't go down for him.
It's funny. That could have made a difference just in terms of their overall outlook on the game. The second half, like you said, running time is going to fly by.
Vila Davis knocks down 1 out of 2, 23-3 now. Porterhouse on top. And once again, it doesn't fall for Smith-Young, but a good drive.
So get 2 more chances at the free throw line. So take a deep breath, take your time. He knows he can make it. Not yet.
First one, no good. Substitution for the Porterhouse as Cliff Mendez back in.
John 0 for 6 now.
Here comes Bailey, knifing through the defense for the bucket.
Talk about basics in the open. You gotta stop the ball. Can't let anybody at any level go coast to coast. Shelburne kids just a little more hesitant, not as confident or as quick with their decisions. Gonna be a reaching foul. But you like the movement defensively for this Porterhouse team. This Ricky Lambright, trying to, like you said, trying to get his Shelburne team to do a better job of finding some openings in the half-court offense. Stepped over the line. It's going to be a violation. Go back to Porterhouse.
Sometimes when it rains, it pours. Even simple things like that. All these kids are thinking about everything else and not thinking about the small stuff. Good swing for the Porterhouse, and it results in a 3 from Norman.
Well, we talked about the BNBL championships, and we do all 3 divisions. What we've seen here, Porterhouse very well may be in the running for one of those slots.
Yeah, they've been very impressive so far here tonight.
Sese.
Good aggressive move to the rim. And losing the basketball on his way to the rim was Cliff Mendez, so he'll go to the line.
Aggressive, aggressive, aggressive. That's the key, what we've been seeing.
Just saw another thing that's good for these guys to play in BNBL. A lot of young kids, you know, if you don't play for your middle school team, you don't play a lot of organized basketball. So guys don't know when to come in when they're supposed to substitute. They don't know they got to wait till before the second free throw. Little things like that these guys pick up, and then when they get to high school, they'll understand it. Substitution for both squads as Dante Santiago is back in for Porterhouse, and Lamore Slayton back in for Shelburne.
Yeah, good hustle by Davis. Back comes Shelburne trying to get to the basket. That's what you got to do. I like that. I like that effort.
Yeah, it's Jason Edmonds again. He seems to be their best ball handler.
Well, right, and that time, one of the few times in the game, he had some open floor. Watch this. Uses strong right hand, takes the bump, tries to bank it home. Let's hope he can bury 1 or 2 of these free throws. Tell you, like you said, it rains and pours, right? But when it's sweating like it here, it's
the sweat's pouring.
Right,
yeah.
Exactly.
Edmonds 0 for 2.
I don't know if we've seen this before. They were 0 for 8.
At least. Could be 0 for 10. Corner 3 from the Porterhouse is good. That looked like it was Cliff Mendez connected from long distance.
And again, like I'm saying, it's clear that the coach is giving them and everybody the green light. If you're open and in your range.
Good swing again. This time it's Worth. The only basket in the first half for Shelburne. Hasn't had a good look since.
Yeah, I was going to say that's the problem. I mean, it's the ball is just not swinging quick enough or sharply enough.
Here comes Davila Davis, trying to go coast to coast off the back iron. Now we got a tie up underneath that will go back to Shelburne. So good defensive play there from Jason Edmonds.
Full control by Porterhouse and Beige. They've stayed in that 2-3 zone, been very effective. Long 3, no good for Shelburne. There you go.
Yeah, there you go. Edmonds coming up with the short jumper.
Second chance opportunity.
So once again, you see those defensive stances,
Yeah,
a little more aggressive.
Right. When the ball goes in, everything picks up.
Right. You're going to reach and foul.
Yeah. So you're just looking at the Beige team, Porterhouse, more talent and a lot more size. It's going to be another reach in. And Sese is going to come in at the only real size that Shelburne has.
Worth, who hit that
Worth
3 in the first half, going to head to the bench. Cirillo launching up a three around the rim and out. Here comes Smith-Young. From the elbow, Smith-Young short with it, gets his own rebound.
Nice follow.
Over to Edmonds, and that's going to be a travel. Coach Lambright's probably going to tell Smith-Young just go back up with that one. He had it right on the block.
Right back up, exactly.
Santiago for a three.
Three off. Just say, hustle.
Well, they do play like the Golden State Warriors.
Right,
There'll be another three very shortly.
They all spot up, you're right. Sese, the pass.
Here comes Edmonds. He's got a one-on-one on the break to Villa Davis with another nice block. And then he'll stay with the Shelburne.
For a young kid, has really good timing with defensive blocks. He has at least three.
Yeah, both him and Christopher Norman have had some really nice defensive plays. Substitution for the Shelburne. As Jalen Haynes comes in.
They've been indecisive the entire game.
Almost steals. That gets knocked out of bounds. That'll stay with the Shelburne. Another steal that time, and then it's going to be a backcourt violation on the Shelburne. Porterhouse right now, if you count that there, they have 7 steals, and off those six or seven steals, they have 10 points off of those turnovers.
Well, they know how to finish. Like you said, they're aggressive. They get down court, and they have a bunch of their players can actually handle the ball to advance it. Underneath the Sese.
Good finish by the big fella.
Yeah.
That was a good look. We don't have a number 11 on the roster.
Like an alley-oop, huh? That's Adrian Bryant, looks like. Yeah, I think it's Bryant. The steal.
Knocked away.
Good job.
Bryant with the steal.
Bryant. See if he can finish.
Nice pass underneath. Good little move and bucket. So Bryant with the pass, and the little guy, Jalen Haynes, with the finish.
Back-to-back hoops for the first time in the game for Shelburne.
Nice little run here for the guys in purple. We'll see if they can keep it up. Good swing from Porterhouse. 3 on the way. Off the back iron. Sese with the rebound.
Let's see if Shelburne can get 3 hoops in a row. Getting in double figures for the first time.
And that one goes out of bounds. As it looked like Haynes couldn't quite hang on to it. Substitution as Bailey comes back in along with Porter.
I'll tell you, coach's dream on this one. You win in easily. Everyone gets to play. and clearly they're playing their system. Defensively, they're very aggressive. And offense, like you said, everyone has the green light to prove the point.
Cirillo.
3. So with Cirillo, yeah.
Deep 3 from the little guy. Makes it a 25-point lead for Porterhouse.
I mean, it is pretty amazing how basketball's changed because of the Golden State Warriors with their success playing what they call small ball and deep shooting.
A lot of NBA and even college basketball experts have talked about it, but kids now just grow up jacking up threes in the driveway.
Oh, yeah.
Or at the local gym or at the
And
Y.
you got to remember, you're talking about under 13 and under, a lot of these kids really just started watching basketball a few years ago when Golden State got good with all the outside shooting.
So there, when I was growing up, it was the Bulls and the Knicks, and now it's the Warriors.
It's all style.
And everybody, the whole NBA is copying the pace and space type of offense.
Trying to.
Right. Yeah. Nobody's quite succeeding like the Warriors.
Nobody has the shooters like that.
Yeah, you either got to play like the Warriors, you got to have LeBron James. It seems to be how it works.
It's interesting because basketball is the type of sport you can win in so many ways. You can win defensively, you can win with big guys, you can win with small guys who can shoot, you can win with defensive pressure. Nice finish. Sese.
Another good putback from the big guy. So Cisse with a couple of nice putbacks from the Shelburne gets them into double digits here with a minute and a half to go.
Steal.
Steal there by Slayton with a left hand, couldn't finish.
The defense by Santiago to get that shot off target.
Santiago with a 4-on-2, going to take it himself. Cisse with the rebound. Cisse trying to go all the way in for the layup. Nice job by Cisse, going coast to coast.
That big lead by Porterhouse is really coming in handy now.
Rebound comes down. Slayton. The little guy with the 3 off the back iron, but Haynes was no good. Here comes Bailey weaving in and out of traffic. Cisse with the steal. And that one off the back iron. Porterhouse now having a tough time hanging on to the ball. It was just under 30 seconds left to go. So the Porterhouse, a very impressive, very impressive effort here tonight. And as you mentioned, Alan, this could be one of those 1300 teams we might see later on. You know, we always see some good teams over at the Perkins, although I don't think they have 13 and under, but certainly some good teams at the Tobin and a lot of different sites.
Tobin.
But this is an impressive 13 and under team we got here tonight.
You like their size to go along with that outside shooting of theirs. Their overall pressure defense.
$20 seconds left to go. It'd be good for the Shelburne here, maybe just to get a basket. End on a good note. So when we said everybody wants to shoot threes. Everybody wants to shoot threes.
No matter where you are on the floor.
No matter what your size and stature.
You want to get it up. Yep, you're absolutely right. Oh, nice steal. Chance for a hoop to end the game. Nice steal.
Poke steal from Cirillo.
Yeah.
So the Porterhouse.
All the way to the end. Didn't stop defensively.
Good game from start to finish for the Porterhouse as they escape with a 21-point win over the Shelburne here in the boys 13 and under BNBL division at the Madison Park Community Center in Roxbury. And Allen, just Porterhouse, very aggressive, played well together. You even mentioned the first half. They ran some set plays that we often don't see in BNBL.
That first 5 minutes, they clearly were swinging the ball, looking inside. They played sort of inside out. Davila Davis, the biggest player on the floor, went inside to him a couple times. He kicked it back out to open shooters, buried those 3-pointers, and before you know it was a huge lead, even before Shelburne scored their first basket.
That's right. So certainly a very impressive night here for the Porterhouse. Meanwhile, for the Shelburne, still trying to figure things out. I think they'll win some games here at Madison Park.
I'm sure that their better players just aren't here. And we always talk about, you always remind us that, okay, AAU, summer basketball, camp,
basketball,
summer
vacation.
Babysitting.
There's like 10 things that you
easily.
These kids,
And all the BNBL coaches go into the season knowing that that's possible. It's like, okay, the Porterhouse team, if they lose a couple of kids to overnight camp or a vacation trip, they'll be a lesser team. So it all sort of, in a strange kind of way, it gives these teams a chance to balance things out.
Right.
Just hoping that Shelburne can get their players back.
Without question. We'll see how these teams unfold throughout the rest of the BNBL season and to the main goal of the Reggie Lewis Center in August. Folks, we want to thank you very much for joining us here in Game of the Week. We're going to head to break. When we come back, we'll have our Game of the Week MVP and our final stats from this game before we sign off here from Madison Park. Make sure you stick around.
When I was 6, my days were spent playing basketball. When I was 6, my dream was to make it to the NBA. When I was 6, my mom had a stroke.
I'm Paul George, and I want you to spot a stroke fast.
F, face drooping. A, arm weakness. S, speech difficulty. T, time to call 911.
Protect the ones you love.
Spot a stroke fast.
When I was in foster care, I never knew when I would have to move. So I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day, I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.
They said I have troll teeth.
That my voice sounded like a possessed baby doll.
That no one would ever love someone as stupid as me.
That I was fat, ugly.
Disgusting.
The effect of bullying is potent.
We will no longer be the silent majority.
Now, when you see online bullying, there's something you can do about it.
We're gonna take action with the I.
I am a witness. I am a witness.
I am a witness.
I am a witness.
I am a witness, and so are you.
It's a beautiful day out here. Sunny today with light breezes, giving way to clouds in the afternoon. We could see some light precipitation to moderate precipitation later on, followed by powerful storm-like conditions. 90 miles per hour winds are expected. Authorities are asking everyone, stay indoors. Come on, that's it, let's go.
Everybody has a dream. Mine was to see the ocean. And with a little help, I made it.
Got a quarter?
Welcome back to Madison Park Community Center in Roxbury for the Boston Neighborhood Basketball League tonight. The Porterhouse defeated the Shelburne by a pretty good margin, by 21 points.
Oh, impressively.
In the 1300 division. Very impressive game, but Norman really, you could have picked a few guys, but Christopher Norman really had a nice game all around.
He was consistent, like you said. Drove to the basket, got those scoring going. So yeah, I agree. Norman had a good all-around game.
Yeah, Christopher Norman is our MVP tonight, and he is with our sideline reporter, Donovan Burton. Donovan, take it away.
Thanks, guys. So I'm here with the MVP and the coach of Porterhouse. So first MVP, Christopher, congratulations, 11 points out there. You looked really speedy, but I think you guys play really well as a team. So what do you have to say about your performance and your teammates?
Well, it was good. I had a lot of assists from my teammates, Antoine, Junior, I said Junior, Anthony and Kendrick. So they were doing good. And Littering right there was getting rebounds so I could get on a fast break, get these and ones. So, yeah, we executed.
Yeah, and your coach, even though you guys had a bit of a lead towards the end there, your coach was always encouraging you guys to stay focused, have some tenacity out on the floor. So how important is it for you to, maintain focus even when things are going well for your team?
Well, ever since we were kids, he'll just, even if we're up by a lot, he'll still yell and tell us the things that we're doing wrong, so we just work on them then and there. And I just get used to it, so it don't really bother me. That's it.
Great. And Coach, next, you know, a lot of words from the sideline. You know, what do you think? How important is it for your team to stay focused as they're even if they're doing very well on the floor?
I just don't want my team to get any distractions when we're up by a lot. I just make sure that we're doing the right things and we're staying disciplined. That's what I've been doing with these kids since I had them since 2nd and 3rd grade. So now they're in 7th grade. They play with different teams, but now I revamped my whole team back. So we're back to the way Porterhouse used to play basketball.
Yeah, and I guess if you're telling a 2nd grader to hustle, that same 4th grader 2 years later is still going to be hustling.
Same thing. They could go away, but they ain't going away too far.
And before the game, you mentioned that you wanted them to move the ball around a lot on offense, and I think we definitely saw a lot of energy out there.
Yes, just moving the ball around the perimeter like we know how to, like how they was taught, and pass and cut. I have no one stand still on my offense. If someone's standing still, I know that they don't know the play, and they will be subbed out, and I will tell them why he came out and not to stand still anymore, and then we'll go from there.
All right, congratulations,
Thank you
and
very much.
good luck next week.
All right, so you guys have a good night.
Back to you guys.
Donovan, thanks very much. And, you know, we mentioned before throughout the game that this team really shares the ball well, even though there's a ton of guys that you could tell could, I mean,
they could go one-on-one.
Norman probably could have scored a lot more than 11.
Absolutely
Same
right.
thing with Bailey, Davila Davis. They had a couple other guys that only got a couple of shots, but they shared the basketball so well.
Well, like the coach just said, his idea is to have movement, space the floor, spot up in your range. As long as you're in your range, he has no problem with you taking the shot. We saw a good example of that.
Without question. Let's take a look at the final stats from this game before we sign off here from Madison Park Community Center. And first up, it's the Shelburne.
Yeah, not much there. I mean, Cisse, the big kid off the bench, second half, he has had some energy, has got a few rebounds, was able to get 6 points worth. Had that 1 3-pointer in the first half. That was the only score that he was able to get a long shot. So talk about Cisse, 6 rebounds, Smith Young with 5 rebounds, and just 1 assist because the Shelburne offense just never really got in sync at all.
Let's take a look at the Porterhouse's stats.
Porterhouse much more spread out as you can see. Norman, 11 points, and Bailey followed up with 8, 19 between the two of them. Rebounds, Bailey and Porter both with 4, and then 4 assists between Bailey and Davila Diaz. It's interesting because Davila Diaz was the biggest kid on the floor, still had 4 assists throughout the game.
Without question. A lot of fun watching those guys out there and a lot of fun watching those guys sharing the basketball. Folks, if you want to watch this game again, you can certainly go to our website. That's www.cityofboston.gov/game of the week. All the games from this BNBL season will be up there. Last year's games are up there as well. You can also follow us on Facebook. That's Facebook/game of the week. All good stuff up there. We got pictures, different videos, links to the full games, and game updates about which games we're going to be covering. That's up there as well. You can also follow us on Twitter at Boston City TV. If you want to tweet at us, use the hashtag BostonGOW. Thanks very much for being with us here tonight at the Madison Park CC. We're going to be bouncing around all over the city for BNBL leading up to the championship games at the Reggie. But for right now, so long, everybody. We'll see you next time here on Game of the Week. Take care.